What's up, guys? Ryan here with Mach 1 Detailing. I'm here with Todd. Todd is the owner of this 1977 Grumman Tiger. Todd, as we open out this interview, can you give the audience a little bit of a background of this plane? As you all can see, the paintwork on here is phenomenal. So give them a little bit of a background on this.
Sure. So, like you said, 77 Grumman Tiger. The owner 2 owners ago was actually a race car driver.
Okay.
Yeah, so he had a pattern on his helmet that I guess his team had created. So when he bought this airplane, he had it painted with the same pattern as on his helmet.
Awesome. In the 7 years that you've owned it, and I know you told me this yesterday, but how many times have you washed it? Once.
One time.
And how many hours do you think you put on this plane? I know that's kind of a hard question to answer, but in the space of 7 years, how many hours do you think you put on it?
Yeah, it's a little over 400.
A little over 400.
Right.
Okay. Do you fly pretty frequently, or
Yeah, I mean, every other week usually.
every other
something
week?
like that.
More leisure?
Yeah, completely leisure, just for fun. Like, let's go somewhere and see what we can find,
Okay.
explore new places.
What types of places do you like going to?
Man, so a couple of weeks ago, we went to the beach. I've had it to an island off to the Atlantic coast. I've had it up to Virginia. I've had it just all over the Southeast, never really too far outside of that.
Okay. You said Virginia. I'm actually from Virginia. I don't know if I told you
really?
that. What part of Virginia do you...
Oh my gosh, where did I fly? So it's like Southern Virginia. It's right outside of where DC is. Because that DC airspace, I don't want to get in.
Oh,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
You don't want to be...
just
Yeah, we heard about the accident a while back. Okay, so you fly for leisure, nothing business related.
I mean, every once in a while, a business trip, but it's always like, if I'm not going to fly, I'm going to drive. 'Cause
Right.
You just never know what the weather's going to do, and business is critical, right? I need
Right.
to be there. So anyway, if it's possible, if it's a beautiful day, then I'll fly, go to meetings and stuff, and then fly back
Right.
home.
Well, what you guys can't see is that he's got a beautiful BMW right behind you guys. It's a beautiful blue. I might even put a video of it in the video real quick. But anyway, so you told us a little bit of the background, how it's been maintained over the years. So you said you had it washed one time. Was that you that washed it, or did you hire somebody to come do it, or?
No, it was me. Yeah, it was
Okay.
me. And I basically just pulled it out. Like I took it over to a place where there's some hoses on the
Okay.
field. It's been years. I don't even remember exactly where. But I took it and just washed it like I would wash a car. But it's, in a lot of ways, it's a pain, right? 'Cause
Right.
you're up underneath and scrubbing off all of the oil and grease
Yeah.
and everything. And I don't know. It's not like it's my house where I feel comfortable
Right.
just laying around and doing stuff like
Yeah.
that, right? So I've hit it a couple of times with some spray wash and stuff, but honestly, I haven't even gotten the bugs off the leading edge most of the time.
So there's bugs up in the accumulation of 7 years.
Right.
I guess what my next question would be is, do you feel like, and I know this is a little bit of a personal question, but with all the bugs being on it, it's a beautiful plane, but with all the bugs being on it, that oil, dirt, and grime on the underside, do you think it's kind of affected how you feel about the plane when you're taking off, when you're landing, or do you feel like it doesn't really...
I mean, for me, it's just they've been there, and so
Yeah.
I didn't notice it as much, but you notice it when you bring somebody to go fly, which one of the fun things about being a pilot is you get to take people flying.
Right.
Most people have never been in a small airplane, so they don't get that experience. And when you bring them out here and they see that your plane's got bugs all over it and stuff like that, you just want to go. But the engine's great. It's
Yeah,
really going to run
yeah.
really well. But obviously, it doesn't make them feel probably great about it, right? So I do feel a little embarrassed when I bring other people out.
Right. But after today, you won't feel embarrassed.
No, exactly. No, it looks so much nicer.
So, obviously, you found me through... I left a business card on your hangar door.
Yeah, you left a business card, and then I saw your socials. Like it's easier for me to hit you up on Instagram than it is to call you or
Right.
email or something like that. So yeah, I saw the reel. I actually saw I think you put a clip in there when you were putting the card in my hangar door. I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
okay, that's cool. I'm gonna have to contact this
Okay.
guy.
So what was your, and you kind of already touched on this, but what was your initial reaction? Because, a lot of times you live in a neighborhood, so you understand people would drop off cars and it's kind of like, oh my goodness, take it, throw it away. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So what was your initial reaction when you first saw the business card? And then from there, what kind of moved you to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to contact this guy, get him to come out, look at my plane and see if he can detail it.
Yeah, I mean, I was out here, and obviously I'm super proud of the paint job on
Yeah.
the plane, like we talked about. I love how it normally looks, and I just never get around to watching it. So to me, this was not as much like somebody showing up at your door and trying to ring your doorbell and wait around for you and stuff like that. That always feels a little bit invasive. This
Yeah.
is not where I live. This is where the airplane is. And it was on the outside of the door, so it wasn't like you came into the hangar or anything.
Right.
So it really didn't feel invasive at all. And so then when I opened up the door, I saw it fell out. I was like, well, that's weird. Nobody's ever done that, by the way. I've never
Nobody.
had a business card shoved in the hangar
Really?
or anything
Okay.
like that. I've seen signs down at the FBO, people saying watch. And There's a sign at the FBO. I go, I need to get my plane washed. And then I go fly and I completely forget about it, right? But this time, because there was a card there, it fell out. I kind of grabbed it and then it just looked you up on Instagram from that. So it felt completely natural. And because it was right here where I've already just looked at the airplane and went, yeah, that probably needs to be washed. I contacted you within an hour.
Within an hour? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, obviously, every aircraft owner is very, at least all the ones that I've met, are very particular about their plane. So getting somebody to come out is, for example, you know that when you go and you wash your plane, you're going to be very particular with it. You're going to take good care of it.
Sure.
But how do you know that somebody else is going to do that? So what was that number one concern on your mind, that number one thing, as you're contacting me, we're texting, and then I'm coming out here to look at your plane? What's that thing in the back of your mind that's saying that one concern? You know what I mean?
So there's a couple of things. If you have somebody do your car, obviously I'm super proud of my car. I love it too. I don't want somebody to mess up the paint on my car. But if you mess up something on an airplane, it's a safety issue. There are actually places that you could get debris in this airplane that would cause my avionics not to work, that would cause, you could loosen a part that would be a counterweight on an aileron. It's a safety issue. And so what I'm concerned with when I'm talking to you, when you came out here, was, okay, is he the kind of person that's particular? Is he paying attention to the same kind of details that I would pay attention to? And is this something that, have you done any kind of training? Do you know what you're touching, right? Or are you just a car guy that's going to put wax over the pitot tube and strip the whole thing, right? But the other big thing was, before I ever contacted you, as I was going through your social media, I know probably at least two of the people that you did interviews with, right? And so I'm like, well, if Jim trusts him, then it's probably worth it.
Then I might.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. So do you feel like that concern was relieved before I even started detailing?
Some of it, yeah.
Some of it.
A lot of it. I would say I wouldn't have let you touch the airplane if the concern wasn't relieved before that, right?
Yeah.
But before I ever talked to you, some of it was just through the people that I already know that you're doing business with, right? And then when I came out and talked to you, you feel like you're a responsible guy. It seems like you know what you're doing at least, right? So that's the important thing. And so I had no worries about you actually washing the airplane and detailing it after we had that conversation. I was anxious to see how it would turn out. It's obviously a pretty old paint job. I think it was painted in 1995. So you're talking
30-year-old paint job. Yeah.
And so I wanted to see how it was going to turn out. It's actually surprising how well it actually did turn out in a lot of ways. So I'm glad about that. But that's what I was more worried about than that you were going to do.
Okay. So then, obviously, I met you here before you even took a look at it. So when you first opened the hangar doors and you rolled back the doors, what was that first reaction, that first thought, first reaction?
I was like, wow, it's shiny. It was not shiny before. It's been a long time since it was watched, right?
One time in 7 years.
Exactly. Yeah. I was like, no, it's actually shiny. And then to me, it was just taking a look at the detail of that work, right, on the back, which is what everybody recognizes this airplane for. So I thought that turned out really well. So to me, it was just, it's not going to be a brand new airplane.
Oh, yeah. No.
We'd spend $20,000 painting this airplane.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. But for the paint job that was on it, it's really impressive.
Yeah. And you even said that this portion of the plane was recently painted, what, a year?
I think maybe 2 years ago.
2 years
I can't remember if it was a year or
so
2
that's
years ago.
freshly new paint right there.
Yeah, this is
and then the
freshly-
rest of this is 30-year-old. 30-year-old. Okay. So I guess one of my last questions for you is, there are a lot of aircraft owners out there, like yourself, very particular. I've had some clients who told me that their number one concern was safety. They have kids, and getting in a plane is not like a car in the sense that if the car breaks down on the side of the road, you can just get out and, do whatever you need to do to fix it. But with the plane, you can't really pull over in the sky. I mean, you're up there. You can't really do anything about it. So it's a big safety thing. For other people, hey, my paint is 30 years old, it's 20 years old. I don't want somebody coming in using a brush or something that's just going to scratch it up or mess it up.
Right.
So everybody's very particular about it. I mean, it's a big investment like we talked about. You spent quite a bit of money to purchase this plane, then put the avionics in it and stuff like that. So pretend you've got a full crowd of aircraft owners, everybody here from Shelby County Airport.
Right.
And you could just say a couple words to them about your overall experience. What would you say to them?
No, I would say that you've been very attentive, right? We've spent some time together. You spent all the time I wanted to feel comfortable with the process and understand what you were going to do and the steps that you were going to take to be careful about the airplane and the paint, and maybe understand that just what you're going to do and how you're going to treat it, right? And also, just looking back at some of your other videos, I knew that you don't use a pressure washer, right? So I think what I would say to a group of people is that you're clearly responsible and that you understand how to take care of an airplane, and you do a good job.
I appreciate that. Well, to finalize things out, I'm going to do some rapid fire questions with you. So I'll ask you a question and you just give me a quick answer. First thought that comes to your head, I guess, would be the best.
Okay, we'll try. Let's see. I don't have many.
Okay. So first question, favorite pre-flight snack?
Pre-flight snack. I don't really snack before I fly.
What about after? Is there anything after?
So usually it's whatever's at the FBO that
Whatever,
I land
okay.
at. Yeah, sometimes they've got a good coffee machine. Sometimes they've got like a whole snack thing. A lot of times my favorite thing is when they have cookies.
Okay.
So they'll have fresh baked cookies.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hardest part of getting your pilot's license?
Oh man, landings. So like the rest of it, anybody can fly an airplane. It's just not very many people can land it, right? And
Right.
so I spent a ridiculous amount of time in the pattern at this airport in August, just circle after circle after circle. And dude, it's landing by far.
Okay. Most annoying air traffic controller phrase?
Oh, I don't know that there's annoying air traffic controller phrases. I think there's annoying pilot phrases.
Okay, give me an annoying pilot phrase.
Any traffic in the area, please advise. Because that means, hey, I just showed up. Everybody tell me where you are. And we're all talking to each other anyway. Just listen, bro. Right? So,
Okay. Favorite memory that you've had in this plane?
oh, wow. Probably flying to Amelia Island off the coast of Florida. And I had to stop in Macon, Georgia unexpectedly because of weather. And
Ooh.
it turns out Macon is a pretty cool town. People don't realize it. There's
Okay.
all kind of music history there. I spent the night there and saw where Greg Allman proposed to Cher.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they've got a whole music tour. They've got a statue of Otis Redding. It's a super cool town. But yeah, I just ended up stranded there for a night and just made the best of it. Lots of breweries, cool stuff there.
Wow. Okay, I don't even think I've heard of... You said Macon, Georgia?
Macon, Georgia.
I've never even heard of that. Okay, so daytime or nighttime flying?
Daytime.
Daytime? Is there a particular reason?
I mean, it's super peaceful to fly at night, but also you can't tell what's a field and what's a forest. And so if you have some emergency, you're landing on a road somewhere. But to me, much safer flying during the day.
Okay. Favorite part of owning your Tigers?
Oh man, just the freedom to go anywhere. It's a
Okay.
time machine. So like I can fly to Chattanooga for breakfast and back before lunch.
You couldn't do that driving.
No, you can't do it driving.
With all that traffic now, with all those spring breakers coming through, you couldn't do that.
Dude, no. And I love flying to the beach and just watching all those cars down underneath.
Yeah.
And just going right over
You're just
them.
bypassing all that traffic.
Exactly. No, it's a time machine.
All right, so last question that I have for you. Okay, plane's been detailed.
Yeah.
You got the perfect day to fly. Money's no object. You can go anywhere you want. Where are you going?
Oh, where am I going? If I have all the time and all the money and whatever, I'm probably going to the Florida Keys.
Any particular reason?
That's just a flight that I've been planning for a little while.
you've
It's
been
hard to
planning
get in just because it's going to be a couple of stops and all that stuff, but it just seems like a beautiful place to fly. Never been.
I haven't been to half of any. But then again, I don't have a plane, so, we may have to go flying someday.
For sure. You're welcome in.
Well, that is all I have for you. Thank you, Todd, for
Thank you.
this interview. Thank you for letting me come out to detail it, and I hope that it exceeded your expectations.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate it, man.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. If you need your plane detailed, if you're in a Central Alabama location, you know who to call.